another fantastic weekend of Formula One racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Bats. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience viewing footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. There we go, all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is they going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's break down the way we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone, because I have a feeling... Oh no, Timo comes under pressure in the traction zone! I pressed to mount up another overtake on 23 trademark. This is round 3 quarter.
And Timo are oh, he hits the pit! Oh no! Oh my god, this so sorry, control myself. So Timo
I wouldn't be gonna penalty too, so they can stand at the back together again. Just like Timo likes it.
How many times? Did you see how many times Timo tried to get into the pit?
Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to CEST Tier 1. We are back in China for the 4th round of the season. I am joined by Pixel today.
Shalom, shalom. Yeah, so we are in China. A couple of minutes into qualifying, Alex setting a pretty decent banker lap at 29.8. As bankers go, that's quite good. So starting off strong. And Iceland with a 30.9 on mediums. That's a decent effort for mediums.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what a good time on this track is. So, you're gonna have to help me with that.
Yeah, I think Hugo's personal best in qualifying, bear in mind Hugo's probably one of the front runners.
Probably one of the front runners.
Well, yeah, he is. 28.6. And he's done a couple of 28.8s in the League Race qualies, so it's quite quick. But yeah, as Artis is in the chat, low 29s are pretty fast for quali.
Yeah. Also, one thing that I just noticed real quick is that they finally added custom numbers to the cars in multiplayer. As I just saw the number 81 in on the Ferrari of Nicholas.
Epic.
So it seems like they finally did.
Is anyone running our most beloved number?
I am not sure. Let's find out. I don't think Timo is.
Timo runs 14.
14. I can see,
Yeah.
yeah. That Benz is 25, of course. Seems pretty quiet at the moment in qualifying. There's not a lot of cars out on track. There's only a few people having done laps so far. Perhaps they're waiting until the end of the session.
Yeah, it might be to save an extra set of softs for the race. Maybe that's why people are a bit slow getting out. That would be my theory, anyway. So maybe it's coming around to end his first lap into the hairpin. Neat and tidy. Could have taken a bit more curb on the apex, but he keeps the speed up.
Looking good for the final corner and...
Decides to bail out of it, so I wonder, is he just doing some sighters and he intends on starting on the mediums?
Yeah, perhaps. I think that might be a strategy.
Yeah, could potentially be.
Yeah, so still very quiet out on track. So Jensen is already also out on track. He's currently on a lap. Looks like it. So gonna be interesting to find out where he's gonna be on the grid.
Yeah, it's pretty neat and tidy so far. He's hitting all his clipping points. Not over pushing the car, just keeping it pretty steady. I guess this is a banker lap because it doesn't like he's pushing to the absolute limits of the car.
Yeah, usually the first lap is a banker lap for everyone, just to get the first time on the board, and then later on in the session you try to push and maybe find some more time.
Yeah, well, he was definitely pushing a bit in the hairpin, going in a bit deep with the lockup. Missed the apex, but he still carried a reasonable corner speed, and yeah, he's well out of that one.
Yeah, he goes into the pits. So I'm not sure I have seen this before, that we have so few people having done a lap at this point in qualifying, because we're almost 10 minutes into the session.
Yeah, quite surprising, really. Only 4 valid laps set so far, and one of them at that not representative.
Yeah. Yeah, so Nicholas just started his lap maybe? Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, and Bance goes to the top of the 29.7. That's quite an impressive effort for him. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm given to understand that Nicholas has done precisely 0 practice. In fact, he only respawned about 7 minutes before the start of the race, so...
yeah, he did.
Yeah, typical Nick timing.
So let's see, there's I believe it's Tipsy Bob. Excuse me. So he is about to start a lap. There's an AlphaTauri behind him. That must be Icewind. He's on an out lap as well. So he's just starting one right now. So his best time, the time that he set so far, was on the mediums. He's on the softs right now, so he's looking to get higher up on the grid. Jesse puts it in P5 with a 30.8. Decent effort. Triton ends the lap, but it doesn't seem to be a valid one.
Yeah, I believe that's the second lap Triton's invalidated now, so not having the best time with Ngoli so far. Nick goes 4th on 30.6.
Yeah. Is that... It's Alex Burbo who's finishing a lap. He improves by almost a 10th and he goes P1.
Yeah, just marginally ahead of Bance, not a lot in it, about 200ths.
Yeah, let's have a look. So these are the gaps so far. 1800s. Still kind of trying to figure out how these amazing shortcuts work. But I'm sure it will be fine.
Wonderful.
Tipsy Ball bound to end his lap. Goes P3. And Icewind goes P1 with 29.760.
Yep, quite tight
very
between
close.
Icewind, Alex, and Vance, yeah. The team was bailed out of a lap.
Yeah, that's a 33 flat. At the hairpin we have a Ferrari and a Haas. So that's Triton and Jesse. Both going into the pits. Nicholas is on an in lap. So nothing really we can expect from him. Popo's on an out lap, so he's gonna try and go for a run on the mediums.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why Timo backed out of that lap unless he intends on starting on mediums, because it was, like, the sector times were competitive with the top time at the minute. So I'm not entirely sure why he chose to back out of that one, unless he is going to start on mediums.
Right, so I'm just gonna go back to Popo. One thing that I also find very curious is that Hugo also hasn't gone out yet at all, I believe.
Yeah.
I think Copy, Danny and Hugo all haven't gone out yet at all. I feel like. I'm not quite sure why.
I guess to save sets of tires for the race. But you would think you'd want to put in at least one sighter lap before you go and do your quali.
Yeah, I guess, because if they're gonna go out now, they only have time to do one lap really. So if they make a mistake, then they're gonna have to start at the back of the grid. So I'd say that's an interesting strategy right there.
Yeah, it is indeed. So Popo was coming around to end his lap. So that's pretty neat and tidy so far. Maybe not the fastest, and yeah, it's going to be a 31.
Yeah.
So, Popo, generally speaking, capable of better than that, so I don't think he'll be too happy, but still, he has the time on the board, so that's something.
Yeah. Samidi is going for a medium run as well now.
Yeah, I expect that Samidi will probably do medium to soft.
Yeah, probably. As we all know, he's very good on tire management, so he probably will be able to pull it off. I think the game gives you either a soft to hard or a two-stop strategy recommended.
I believe so, yeah.
But as we all also know, this game is very good.
It is the best game.
The best game of all time.
Yes.
Just nothing can beat it.
Codemasters truly is an accurate title for this game developer. They are in fact masters of the code, as you can tell by their wonderful video games. And Samidi getting a fat slipstream from Triton. That will be quite nice.
Yeah, that's gonna help him out quite well.
Yeah.
Might be able to push him into the low 30s. See where he ends up. And that is going to be a 30.9.
Probably not quite what he would have hoped for.
Yeah, definitely, considering Jensen did a 30.6 on the mediums just now. So it's not really what he wanted. Absolutely, so he must have made a mistake somewhere. Also, I see that Hugo's is finally out on an out lap. He's gonna start his hot lap now. But he only has one chance. I believe. Well, if he aborts this one, then maybe he can try again on the next lap if he has enough fuel.
Yeah, if he has the fuel and the ERS, that remains to be seen.
Yeah, Copy now going out as well. Just coming out of the pits for the first time. Danico is still staying in. Does he? Is he doing the last to first challenge or something?
I guess he is. Hugo, interestingly to note, is not actually doing a lap right now. He's just driving around.
Yeah, he must have aborted.
I don't know.
I'm not quite sure.
I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know either. Is there some memo that I didn't get about today's strategy? Because, like, basically on every track that we go to, I would just do like 3 or 4 timed laps on the softest as possible. I wouldn't really touch the mediums myself so fast. Alright, some idiot's doing another lap on the mediums, but that was a slow lap, yeah, so he's gonna do another one right now. Slash LP has invalidated his lap, he's gonna... No, he is aborting this one, so that's qualifying over for him, I believe.
Yeah, so now Hugo is pushing.
Right, let's have
Having
a look.
set a blistering 137.6.
Oh my god.
So currently Icewind on the pole with a good effort at 29.7, but maybe there's someone who can challenge him.
Yeah.
Vance is on the lap. He is quite close, so maybe he can do something about it. And Hugo on the lap right now.
Yeah, of course Hugo as well. Quite a lot of people are on a lap right now. So let's see how Hugo's gonna do then.
Yeah, so Danny and Copy are on laps now, which leads me to believe that we have the spectator timing glitch.
What?
Danny and Copy have started laps, despite having left the pits after the appropriate time. There's like a minute left.
Oh, yeah.
So we have
so
the spectator timing glitch.
Yeah,
maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I have no idea.
I am not sure either.
Oh, and the McLaren's doing a funny slipstream technique. Vance getting a lovely tow from Tipsy.
Yeah, this might be a very good lap from him. If he can keep it together on the final corner. It looks like he does. So this might be a very good time. And he puts it on pole.
Yeah, very good effort from...
Yeah, I believe Jesse is the last one to complete the lap. And Copy and Danny then are the last one.
And Hugo must have had a problem on his lap, because he set a 31.9, which is quite slow by his standards. And,
and Copy went slow at the end as well, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on.
I don't know either. And then Danico goes 14th. I am not sure what's going on here.
I think they're trying to do the funny last to first challenge. So, congratulations, Vance. It's been a while.
You're on pole.
Yeah, so see what he can do in the race. He's in a pretty good starting position, the best he's had in quite a while.
Yeah, I guess we can say that. There's no denying that, I guess. Because still quite interesting that Copy, Hugos and Danny are so far down. Not really sure what's going on. They must have discussed this before the race.
Perhaps they did.
Perhaps Timo was in this as well, because he only did one valid lap, I believe, and it was a 33. Can already see Sanix cheering for Rene in the chat.
Ah, yes, the long wait.
The long wait.
Disappointed, but not surprised.
To be honest. What I always find quite annoying is that the camera stays pointed towards the pits while you're waiting for everyone to choose their strategy. Because on the left of my screen I can see the cars on the grid, just beyond the fence. But I can't change anything about it here.
I guess.
I guess. Right. Already have the full track map. Right.
Good. Yeah, good to see the McLaren boys so far up. It's been a while.
Can I change my camera? Yes, thank you. Detail, let's have a look at the tires real quick. We've got the gap.
Timo tires, re.
To be honest.
Smash like if you found this post relatable.
Oh, we're gonna get a lot of likes now. Yeah, so here we have the predicted pit stop strategy. It's either a soft to hard or a soft medium according to the game. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will be doing something different here, considering that only 7 people out of the 16 will be starting on softs. And still, I think those people will be doing a soft to medium strategy.
I'm given to understand that soft, medium, soft, and soft, medium are the 2 best strategies. Based on what I've heard, anyway.
I guess.
It do be.
So, yeah, so Ben's gonna start on pole. Icewind is gonna have a look on the inside probably for the start. Because I think, yeah, P1 starts on the left side of the grid. So Icewind might be looking for an early overtake.
Yep. He might well have a quick.
Yeah, for some reason Alex Burbo, who starts at P3, is in front of Icewind on my screen.
Yeah.
Well, now Tipsy is in front as well because of the grid is reforming, but during the entire lap, Alex Burbo.
Yeah, well, Alex just drove ahead. Like,
I
there's
guess.
not. You can do that. The game doesn't do anything to you if you do. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the order you drive in on the formation app doesn't matter because it still grids you up in the same pattern anyway. So we're about to start. Yellow flags in sector 3 already, and
yeah, there's the funny glitch.
And we're away.
And we are away finally. So it looks
And
like Alex
Icewind with a
Burbo
great start, and yeah, Alex thinks better of having a look. A bit of contact between Icewind and Vance, but no damage. Icewind taking the lead. Vance slots into P2. Tipsy having a go for P3, not quite able to get it. And yellow flag.
is around.
Yep.
Not quite sure what happened there. Also looks like there's something going on at the back here.
Yeah, there's a bit of a battle at the back. 3 wide. Everyone trying to find their own space on the track.
Yeah. Let's have a look at how the start went. So Copy has lost 4 positions, Slash has lost 4 as well. Adam has won 3 positions on the start. He's in P13 now, so it's looking good from him.
Yeah, largely through the misfortune of others, I think, but still. Taking the opportunities as they come.
Yeah, it looked as though, to me, Timo was moving over for Hugo and Copy on the straight there. Not sure though.
Yeah, well, I think Timo realizes he's not going to be able to beat these guys on raw pace, so better to sit behind them and take the slipstream and the DRS as it comes. Popo having a look at Jesse, but not able to get anything done. Danny getting by Triton. So Danny making a couple of places on the starts.
Yeah, Triton went very wide at the end of this map there.
Yeah, not ideal.
So, yeah, Icewind has gone into the lead and Vance is now in P2. Alex Burbo and Tipsy Bob are still in the same positions. Jensen has gained 2 positions on the start, so he's in P5 now.
Yeah, Tipsy falling off the back of Alex, so it's going to be vulnerable once the DRS activates. A couple of cars behind him having a look.
Yeah, Jensen and some idiots are behind him very close. They're both almost within a second. They're on the mediums.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is there is rain on the way. Yeah, in the latter half of this race, which explains why a lot of people are on mediums, because the softs won't last until the rain, which is what people are saying.
Yeah, that does sound interesting. Yeah.
So, if that is to be believed, then Jensen is in the box seat at the minute.
Yeah, then, yeah, indeed. It looks like Jensen is in the best position then. Why is it giving me the predicted pit stop strategy once again?
You love to see it.
I love to see it. We all love to see it. Icewind puts in the fastest lap of the race once again. So he is pushing to create a bigger gap. It's 1.4 at the moment behind him.
Oh, and Vance running a little bit wide in turn 1. The car can get a little bit snaky on you on turn 1, so you really have to keep it under wraps or you lose a lot of time. It's Alex looking interested in that P2 position.
Yeah, he's having a look around Vance's rear the entire time. So he might be making a move soon.
Yeah, he's pressuring Vance into a couple of mistakes. He's missing his apexes and not quite getting the optimal line.
I can already see some rain on my screen already.
Yeah, I think I saw a couple of drops, so it might be on the way sooner than we expect, in which case maybe being on the soft is the right strategy.
It maybe is, yeah. Because on my screen it already is raining. I don't know if it's visible on the stream, but I can very clearly see it on my screen. Alex Burbo going to the inside on that Vance, and he is in front in the braking zone. Vance brakes late and has to go around the outside.
Yeah, Vance refuses to ever make it easy. Tries to come back, just doesn't quite have the momentum off the corner to do it, so Alex takes P2 from now. Vance has the DRS now, so maybe he can come back.
Yeah, but it's not going to be here. Turn 1 is obviously very difficult to overtake in.
Yeah, it's a game of trust if you want to run side by side with someone in turn 1. It's generally quite sketchy. Nick having a bit of a battle with Popo. Jesse running quite well, it must be said.
Yeah,
And Jensen gets around the outside of Tipsy. Good move.
I missed that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, Popo up to P8. Jesse is running in P7. So
Yeah, it's a good effort from him so far, yeah.
Yeah, he gained 2 positions off the start so far. So he's had a good race up until now.
At this point I should mention that Jensen did say he got a little bit of practice on China in the rain, so he might have a bit of an advantage over the field in that respect, because generally people tend not to practice wet very much.
Yeah.
So he might just have his eye clued in a little bit more to the wet conditions, which will stand to him, especially in his current position.
Yeah, because the rain is definitely getting a bit more. It's getting a bit harsher out there.
Yeah, and Alex
Xanax.
closing in on Icewind
Yeah.
reasonably quickly.
Xanax is saying in the chat might be like Australia, so it's gonna be light rain, but it's not gonna be enough to switch to the inters. So
Potentially, yeah.
if it's gonna stay like this, then it probably won't. So it might be a very long race of running in these conditions. It's gonna be very tough on the pit wall to decide whether to go for the inters or not. It looks like Danico has made the overtake on Nicholas. So he is up to P9 now, having started almost at the back, P14 I believe.
So the pace definitely has dropped off a bit with the rain, but it's nowhere near enough to consider intermediates.
And there's yellow flags, and that's Jesse around. Oh no.
Oh, that's a real shame after such a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just losing it on traction with worn tires in the rain. I suspect that's probably what it was.
Yeah, and he's almost losing it again here.
Yeah, and Slash has had an incident as well. He's been spun around. Whether that was on traction or not, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, coming out of the whatever you want to call that corner. I can imagine that it must be on traction. Looks like Tipsy Bob is going into the pits already.
Yeah, so he might be making a gamble on the intermediates, but I think it's a bit too soon, Tipsy.
Yeah, I would think so. So let's see what he's gonna do. He is gonna go for mediums, it seems. Yes.
Yeah.
He is going on mediums. Jensen has a look on the inside of that band for P3. He's not able to make the move so far.
Slash LP has put on intermediates, as has Jesse, so they'll be the guinea pigs.
Nice reference there.
Yes.
Yes.
So I feel quite confident. Frankie!
Wait, who is that?
No, it's not. It's, there's an old YouTuber, Frankie on PC, in 1080p. His name was Frankie on PC, but spelled differently, so he's a fake.
Oh no.
It's quite sad.
How dare you?
Press F if you're still waiting for the next part of the DayZ series.
Alright, Jensen is going for a move on that band now. He has to go around the outside.
It's a difficult move to make stick on, yeah, he just runs out of road.
Yeah, and he's struggling for traction. So he loses out on him again.
Yeah, and it's hit the crossover point now.
Yeah, a lot of people are going into the pits. Icewind is staying out.
Yeah, so Tipsy making a huge mistake pitting for mediums instead of inters.
Yeah, in the end it was. And maybe Jesse and Slash might be gaining some time on this.
Well, not Slash anyway, because he had his spin. But
yeah, that's true, but Jesse had a spin as well.
Well, I mean to say that Slash spun on his lap with inters on. Oh, yeah, Tipsy is pitting again, so that's quite unfortunate.
Yeah.
So Alex Scorbo is the effective race leader at this point.
Yeah, he is.
P2. And Samediat has managed to gain some ground. Gotten up to P3. Jensen was lucky. In a decent position, but with Alex pitting, he had to do the double stack, so that lost him some time. So, yeah, you can just see how much the guys still running the dry tires are struggling. Grip is quite poor.
Yeah, and Icewind is going very wide at the hairpin now. He's losing a lot of time and he almost spins around.
That's not desirable.
No, definitely not. Hugo's going very slow as well. This is going to cost him a lot of time. Alex Burbo is almost on the back of them. Over there.
Yeah, so presumably Alex is going to take the race lead.
Yeah, he is, because everyone's going into the pits now, so he will be leading the race from now on. Which means that we're gonna see Dead Bands in P2 again.
So Icewind has emerged into P4, so it's not really worked out for him, but all the same, he hasn't lost a huge amount of positions.
No. And I must say, Some Idiot has won the most amount of time here.
Yeah, it's been a good pit stop phase for him.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Especially thinking that he is up to P3 now, and Jensen is still in P5.
Yeah,
They-
Jensen lost out massively with that double stack.
Yeah. So let's have a look. Where do we have the closest gap? It's Timo, 6/10 behind Triton, and closing. He goes a little bit wide here, so that's gonna lose in time.
Just hear how tentative he is on the power. So copy right up Adam's chuff, and Hugo right behind him as well. They'll want to make pretty quick work of the AlphaTauri, but the straight is coming up now, so some slipstream with the rich and overtake should do the trick.
Yeah, Copy is gonna go for a move now, perhaps. He's
Yeah, you
using
can see the
overtake.
closing speed.
He's gonna go to the inside, brakes late, and it looks like he has the move done. Adam not really able to defend.
Yeah. Hugo hanging back a little bit. I expected him to be a bit closer and trying to make the opportunistic pass, but choosing to hang back. And Copy running a little bit wide in turn 1. So manages to keep the average speed throughout the corner.
Yeah. Tipsy Bob making an overtake on Slash at the back of the grid. Puts Tipsy Bob back in P15.
Yeah, so Chad Damien not last.
Chad Damien.
Chad Damien.
Everyone hashtag Chad Damien in the chat right now.
Do it.
Do it. I want to see it.
I mean, too bad he didn't make it. That is true. That is very true, Sanix.
I mean, I'm not sure. But of
Hagrid,
course, I'm not.
watch my tutorial.
But of course, I'm not from the UK, so I can't judge. I can't really judge. I
Or
gotta
Ireland.
say, you both taught me how to make tea. So,
No,
Pepsi
Tipsy
Prix.
taught you wrong. I corrected the mistake. So, Pat's still running in P2, which I bet he probably didn't expect, given his recent form in league racing. So, he should be pretty happy.
Yeah, he's looking good so far, considering that Some Idiot is not really catching up to him, I believe.
Yeah, the
Maybe
gap
very
is...
slightly.
Yeah, the gaps are somewhat stable at the minute. There's not a huge amount of fluctuation in them. So Bance just needs to keep it going and keep consistent and be on for a decent finish.
Yeah, so now my question is, can those intermediates last until the end? 'Cause they pitted on lap 8.
You
That
could
will be
gamble on trying to make them last, but
I think definitely some idiot is gonna try to do that. Because he always tries to conserve the tires the most he can. He always likes to stretch his stints. So
Yeah.
he might try and go for it.
yeah, it is quite a distance to stretch them though, so there'll definitely be a concern over punctures. And the thing is, like, there is definitely that effect with dry tires of a new tire is going to be much faster than an old tire, but especially with intermediates, that's kind of multiplied. So I would suspect there will be a stop somewhere in the middle for more intermediates for most people.
Yeah, Owen Hugo going for a move on the inside of Adam. Adam hanging all around the outside, but not really able to come back on him, and he slots in back behind him. So Hugo goes up to P12, and I believe Slash LP has gone off track. So he has lost it on the straight. Not quite sure what happened there.
Yeah. Chief with some interesting information in chat saying Jeff says 10 more minutes of rain.
No, he says 10 more minutes of race. That's that's weird. No, but anyway, 10
more
more
minutes of race. Eyes.
No, 10 more minutes of rain. So the question, of course, is going to be: is it going to dry up enough for everyone to go back to the slicks?
Yeah. Well, on the F1 game anyway. Once it stops raining, the track does tend to dry rather quickly. Matter of laps, really.
Yeah, that's true, but it also depends on the weather, because if the rain is just gonna disappear, but the clouds are gonna stay, then it's not gonna dry as fast as when the clouds disappear and the sun starts shining, of course.
Yeah, and Owen with a decent observation, if it dries quickly, then you run into the issues of double stacking, which is already kind of messed around with the Red Bulls.
Yeah, and it potentially could again, if it happens, because the gap is 8 seconds, which is quite tight for a double stack, I believe.
Yeah, I think you need like 10 to 15, if I'm not mistaken, to avoid time loss. I might be wrong on that, but I think that's what it is.
Yeah, Adam receives a 3-second time penalty. Let's see with Danny Co here on the back of Popo. He's on 6/10. It's the closest fight we have at the moment. So having started in P14, he's now up 7 positions.
Yeah, it's a decent race from the back of the grid for Danny. It's some decent progress, but it's probably not as far up as he would like to be, and there's a big gap between Popo and the front runners.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see how this race unfolds. Because the past 3 races, like the first 3 races of the season, Hugo has won them all. And I didn't quite expect him and some others to do a last to first challenge this early in the season.
Yeah, it's rather unexpected.
Yeah, maybe they don't like the track or anything, or I am not quite sure, but anyway, it's alright with me. It makes more overtaking. Slash LP is off the track again, so he causes a yellow flag at the end of sector 2. Looks like he's struggling for grip.
He's definitely vibing.
Yeah, but not in a good way, I presume.
Well, a sad vibe is still a vibe.
Yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, Ocean Chief says in the chat, I have a feeling the wet conditions will remain for the rest of the race. I can imagine that if the rain is gonna last for 10 minutes from the moment when he said it, which is like 2 laps ago, something like that, maybe 2 minutes. Then we're gonna have rain until maybe lap 20, perhaps. So we're gonna have 8 laps at the end of the race where there's gonna be no rain, just the track drying up. So it all just depends on how fast the track will dry up, whether we're gonna see slicks or not. Slash up he retires into the pits. So
Yep, he has headed out.
yeah, he was not vibing very well there. He seemed to be struggling a lot for grip.
Yeah. So, Bance, Some Idiots, and Icewind slowly starting to converge.
Yeah, the gap from Some Idiot to that Bance is 1.3 seconds now. Icewind is 7/10 behind Some Idiot then.
Yeah, so Icewind finding a bit of comfort and a bit of pace right now.
Yeah.
Doing
also,
pretty well.
And it's also like the top 5 is quite far away. Because between Jensen and Popo there's a 6-second gap.
Yeah.
So ACC, is that you?
So, yeah, Alex in a pretty comfortable position right now, it must be said. About 4.4 seconds ahead of Vance. So
Yeah,
he's...
looking good today.
Yeah.
Copy having a look on the inside of Nicholas, just showing himself in his mirrors. He's not close enough for an overtake yet, but I imagine that it's going to be soon.
It's gonna happen at some point, surely you'd have to think.
Yeah, Copy is obviously one of the faster guys. He is P2 in the championship so far, so I can imagine that he's gonna go for an overtake soon, but I think it's gonna be on the back straight. That he's gonna go for a dive on the inside on the hairpin.
Yeah, he's close enough to do it. Hugo's right behind him as well, so perhaps he could
so
have a look.
let's see if he is closing up. It doesn't really look like it. No, actually I think he lost some time on the straight there. He's not been
Interesting
able to do it
teams.
so far.
And the gap between Bance and Some Idiot has actually gone up by a couple of tenths.
Yeah, I saw that the gap was quite close at the end of the lap there. And it opened up a little bit. Maybe somebody made a mistake somewhere and Icewind had to back out as well.
Could well be. So, Icewind in with a taste of a podium. Jensen coming closer and closer as well. There could be potential competition towards the end for this podium. It's the way it's looking right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel that Danico is going to overtake Popo at some point as well, because he's been on the back of him for quite a while now.
Yeah, it's difficult to pass, and especially with the lack of DRS, it's going to make things that much harder. There is the straight, but without the DRS advantage, it's just down to who has lower wings, really.
Yeah. Because everyone is going to be using their energy on the straights here. Because obviously Danico is using his energy to attack, and Popo is also going to be using his energy to defend. So that's not really going to change too much. Danico is braking late. He cuts the corner there and he receives a time penalty. Has a little bit of contact with Popo, but nothing too major. It did lose him some time.
Yeah, Danny tried to bully Popo a little bit there, show his nose and try and bully Popo off the line, but Popo having none of it. bit too wise and experienced to fall for that trick, so Danny, in the end, only costing himself some time. That's not really a move he can pull on a guy like Popo, who holds his nerve, but Samedi has gotten past the bans.
Oh, he has. I
So,
always miss that.
Yeah.
I always miss those overtakes. My god.
And Alex's gap is now 6.8 seconds. Nearly
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, it's 7 seconds at the moment, so it'd be interesting to see what some idiot can do to bring the gap down. Because from previous races we have seen that Alex Burbo is also quite a fast guy.
Yeah, he is, when he puts it together anyway. So nothing really happening. The gaps are just a little bit too wide between people to affect any overtakes right now.
Oh! Hugo almost losing it coming onto the back straight. So
And
that's gonna squander his opportunities for an overtake on Copy. Because right now, well actually he is gaining. So
yeah.
he might be going for it and oh no.
Copy
almost.
himself.
Yeah, Copy almost hitting Nicholas in the back there because he is braking late defending from Hugo's. There's a yellow flag in sector 3, that's a Tipsy Bob around. Also not vibing very well at the back. Copy is now going into the pits. I presume for new inters.
Yeah, and presumably to get the undercut, because he has been stuck down in the lower reaches of the top 10 and at times outside it. So,
yeah.
we want to try and do something.
Yeah. One thing to note as well, over the past lap, the gap between Alex Burbo and Samediat has gone up by half a second.
Yeah.
So it seems like Samediat is not able to get close to Alex Burbo and perhaps fight for the win at the end of the race.
Yeah, Alex has simply just been the class of the field today. I think it's fair to say. Tipsy retires. Yeah, that was expected. Tipsy really does not like the wet conditions. Hates it with a passion.
He really doesn't. So there's not many overtakes going on, but I can see that Hugo's is very close behind Nicholas once again.
And
it seems like
Danny trying once again on Popo around the outside this time. Popo doesn't let him have a sniff at the inside. Can't get it done, and very squirrely on the power.
Yeah.
And Popo pits.
Yeah, Popo goes into the pits now. So that puts Danico in P6 at the end.
Yep. And Icewind has pitted as well, so he's going to try and undercut Vance and potentially some idiot.
Yeah, it seems the rest of the field is still staying out.
So Icewind re-emerges P11, but fresh set of inters, which are going to be fairly quick.
Yeah, and as you already mentioned, Tipsy doesn't like driving in these conditions, as he now also himself mentioned in chat, in his own words.
So, worth shouting out Timo, who's running P7 at the minute. No, granted,
Yeah, I feel like
Icewind and Popo are ahead, but
yeah, I feel like Timo has been the invisible man this race, because we haven't really seen him done a lot yet, but he is he's still driving very safely in a good position.
yeah, and coming from pretty much the back, he's in a pretty good position at the moment, and done better than some of the faster boys like Hugo and Copy, who you would have expected to be higher up. So it's a good showing from Timo so far, as Jensen now pits as well. And so with Bant's not responding to Icewind and Some Idiot not either, I wonder, are these two going to try to stretch it to the end?
I'm not sure, considering that some people are already pitting, and the game was at some point giving me the notification that the pit stop window opened on like lap 15. So I'm gonna guess that the intermediate can last 15 laps. So I think it's gonna be quite a challenge to stretch these tires up until 20 laps. Although, of course, the game could be wrong. Hugo's having a look around the outside of Nicholas now. And it looks like he is in a good position. He's struggling a bit for grip, but he does get the move done.
Yeah.
Now, Nicholas trying to go around the outside once again. But it looks like the fight is now over. So Hugo's up into P6.
Oh, and Jensen has disconnected.
Oh no.
Shoot him an invite really quick.
Uh-oh. Felt like I kind of sounded like he has joined back into the session.
Yeah, so shouldn't be too much of a time loss. He's still quite close to Icewind, so thankfully that hasn't cost him hugely.
Yeah, Alex Burbo is going into the pits now.
Yeah,
So,
as is Bant.
Yeah, Some Idiot's still staying out. Alex Burbo is on the wets.
Yeah, well, it does look like the rain has gotten a little bit heavier.
Yeah, it does, but I don't think the wets are gonna be the right call, but I guess we're gonna find out.
Bant's on wets as well. I think
Yeah.
maybe it is, because it's really heavy now.
Yeah, multiple people are coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Triton, Timo and Jensen are all going into the pits.
Yeah. So I think Alex and Bant might have played this really well.
Yeah,
And,
but it looks like... Yeah, Timo is going onto the wets, Triton as well, and Jensen going onto the wets as well.
I mean, Bant has immediately passed Icewind and is harassing Adam right now. So
Yeah, it does look like
essentially
the wets
pulling a
are...
bit of a masterstroke here.
Yeah, so it seemed like... Oh no!
Oh, and
Oh,
Bant has
no!
lost it. He's kept it going though.
Oh,
and out
he
the
hasn't
wall.
hit the wall, so he doesn't have any damage, but he's losing a lot of time here, and he's getting kind of in the way of Danny and Popo here. Oh no.
The scenes.
Well, that must be very lucky. Icewind's now right behind his teammate, Adam.
Well, in a word, suboptimal.
Suboptimal, yeah, I guess. Some idiot's still going on these intermediates.
Are you surprised?
No. Am I? I'm not sure. Ocean says in the chat that Adam's tires are on 40%, well, considering that it has started raining more heavily instead of stopped, that it has stopped raining, I'm gonna say that that's fake news. But I guess we'll see. We don't have a funny graphic like they do on the F1 streams, which is absolutely correct.
Very precise.
Yes. Because they definitely have access to the tire data that the teams have.
Very much so.
So anyway, Icewind still behind his teammate. And I am quite interested to see how the wets are doing compared to the intermediates. Popo running a bit wide there. And once again he's going wide, but I still can't quite make up whether the intermediates are better or the wets are better.
Well, Vance definitely looks more comfortable than Popo. And Alex is closing in reasonably
Yeah,
quickly on some idiots and pulling away from Hugo
yeah,
as well.
he is closing up quite fast now. So Icewind now going up the inside of Adam. Of course, Adam is his teammate, so he is not gonna fight him for that position.
Well, it's taken Iceland a couple of laps. Adam has very much been fighting it.
Yeah, but he didn't as soon as he knew that the fight was basically over here on the straight.
Vance made an attempt on... Yeah. Vance making an attempt on Popo, but not quite getting it done.
Yeah, in turn 1 it looks like Vance just has a bit more grip than Popo. Just really feel like he has to back off. There's something going on up front. Icewind and Nicholas going side by side. Nicholas on the outside now. Looks like Icewind has got the move done. It's up to P4.
Yes. Alex is closing at a rate of knots on some idiots, getting about 2 seconds a lap by the looks of things.
Yeah. Yeah, quite interesting to see that those guys on the wets are now so much faster than the guys on the intermediates, and we have got 4 people, 5 even, that have made the pit stop onto fresh intermediates, which are Jesse, Copy, Popo, Danny and Icewind. So of course they're gonna be faster because they have fresh tires, but...
Oh, and Vance nearly losing it on the curb. I'm not sure how he managed to say that.
How'd I save that?
Yes, honey.
Is he Max Verstappen in disguise? Yeah, to me it seems like Vance is maybe a bit too eager on the throttle a lot of times.
Yeah, it's definitely costing him. As you can see in Alex's hands anyway, the wets are really quick right now.
Yeah. Yeah, the gap has come down quite a lot. There's 5 laps to go, so at this point I think some idiots is just gonna keep going. Although the gap to Hugo is 23 seconds for him, so I think that's not enough for a pit stop.
Yeah, it probably is, I would say, because the pit lane in China is not that long. And he would have a significant tire advantage if he were to pit.
True, Jesse goes into the pits. Or no, he doesn't. I think he maybe hit the wall? There was a yellow flag on start-finish straight, I'm not quite sure what happened there.
Yeah, I didn't catch it.
Yeah, Danny Kano having a look on the back of Adam.
Adam doing really quite well this race, it has to be said. Generally, he has struggled with traction, particularly in no assists. So to be doing this well in the rain on no assists is quite impressive. We have a bit of a gaggle forming for P5.
Adam has made a mistake. Danny Kono getting past. And Popo's on the back of him as well. He's using the overtake button and he does get past. Adam not really able to defend, and well, maybe, well, he was able to defend, but he chooses not to.
Oh, and
oh
Vance
no, and Vance having a
it.
look on the inside.
Yeah. He tried to pull it down tight to get the inside line, but he lost it trying to pull it down too hard. and made contact, and then he was around. So that's quite unfortunate. Danny right up the back of Nick and having a go. So, Nick defending very well as per usual. So Alex is now just 1 second off the race lead.
Yeah.
And there's a certain inevitability at this point to Alex taking the lead of the race and winning.
Yeah, there's 4 laps to go, so some idiot's still staying out.
Slash is saying, why are we seeing the fastest lap?
Yeah,
He wants to see
yeah.
interval.
Well, it's changed now, so
And Danny's going for it on Nick. He has the inside line into the hairpin. That should be job done. Yeah.
Looks like it
block
is.
on the exit. It's a very, very classic block pass. Worth mentioning, Icewind is closing in on Hugo for the final podium place.
Yeah, he's on fresher tires, so I'm not really surprised that that is happening. So Alex Burbo is getting really close now. Popo Gamer is making the overtake on Nicholas, but he has to go around the outside here. It looks like he gets the move done.
Yeah, nicely done.
Puts him in
With fresher tires.
P6.
Yeah, Alex is right there, so you have to think it's probably going to happen this lap.
Yeah.
And Jesse spins right in front of him.
Oh.
Thankfully, well off the racing line.
Yeah, doesn't cause him any issues. Some idiot. He is not defending the inside. Alex Burbo goes for the move for the race lead. He cuts the corner a little bit, but... And he gets... Oh! Almost lost the rear there on traction.
And
He does get the move done, so he is in P1 now. And some idiot made a mistake and he's already on quite a big gap behind. The gap is already a second because of that mistake in the final corner. But it seemed like not making another pit stop is not really working out for some idiot. It looked like it would have, but in the end it didn't.
Yeah, it was a worthwhile gamble. And to affect P2 from where he was is probably the best he could have done, given the lead Alex had. So he's done a decent job, but Icewind is really close to Hugo now, 6/10.
Yeah, so he'll be looking for an overtake soon as well. Of course, running these cars in dirty air is quite difficult.
Yeah, it's less of an impact in the wet when you're going slower. There's just isn't quite as much downforce, so it has less of an impact. Less disturbance to the airflow.
Yeah, that is true. But still, and oh, it looks like Adam is off the track.
Yeah, that's a real shame. He was driving quite well.
Yeah. Triton is now right behind him. Yeah, Triton has been a bit invisible this race as well. Haven't really seen him that much.
Yeah.
He's just kind of vibing in the midfield. He's P11 right now, so maybe the pit stop strategy didn't really work out for him. Not quite sure what he has gone for. He has made 2 pit stops.
Oh, Icewind just 3/10 behind Hugo, and he has 2 laps to do it.
Timo has lost control as well on the straight, so he has lost a lot of time now. Back in P13. So we are in the final 2 laps of this race. Alex Burbo is leading the race. The gap behind him to Some Idiot is, well, stagnating on 1 second right now, so it looks like Some Idiot is able to keep up with him.
Yeah, so you're doing a good job. Let's keep so close.
Yeah, Colby may be having a look on the inside of that band. He does.
Yeah, gets it done.
Yeah, Band's down a position in P9. That must have hurt, considering that he started this race on pole position.
Yeah. For a while there, it was looking like the podium was going to be on the cards, but unfortunately not to be.
Some Idiot is now on 6:10, so it looks like he's getting close to Alex Burbo again. Don't really feel like the rain has gotten less.
Yeah, it's definitely dropped off, so Alex is going to struggle with tire temps, potentially. Which would explain why Cody is so close to him now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
So,
very close right now. He's looking
yeah.
a lot faster for turn 1.
Yeah, massively so.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
And Icewind, yeah. Although
Yeah.
I think Hugo might have a time penalty as well.
Yeah. Danico also a penalty.
Icewind has 3 penalties as it happens, so probably no podium for Icewind today, unfortunately.
No. Well, we're on the final lap right now, so the gap for the win for Some Idiot is 2/10 only, and he almost hits him in the back here. Now he's trying to go for a cutback, and he puts it on the inside. They're going
brave
side
move,
by
and he-
side for the corner. Now he's gonna have the inside for the next one. And Some Idiot does get the move done. So he's back in
Nicely
P1
done.
again. Nice overtake.
Just needs to get a good drive off this corner because he has the gap once he can get the drive. And it looks like he's done that, so looking like the race win is here
Yeah.
for Some Idiot.
Yeah, Alex Burbo using everything he has right now, but he is not able to get any closer. Braking really late, but he is not quite close enough. Which means Some Idiot is gonna take the win on track. I don't know if there are any penalties involved. No, there are not. So Some Idiot takes the win today. Alex Burbo on 2nd place.
Yeah, fantastically well driven by both of them.
Yeah, about 17 seconds down, we have Hugo in P3 and Icewind in P4. Finishing the race as well. Danico is gonna finish P5. And Popo
And Popo
P6
gets
and he gets moved up to P4.
Yeah. Popo sneaking in as ever.
Yeah. Copy
Nicely done.
P7, Nicholas P8. And is that Adam that has spun at the final corner? I think it is.
That's quite sad, no points for Adam now.
Aw, this is so sad. Oh, and Jensen
Really
is gonna finish in P13. Oh, Timo and Jensen. Nicely done, boys.
Very cool.
Very cool. So anyway, that was a nice finish there. Not quite sure. Timo finished P12, I believe.
Yeah,
With,
very stylish.
Yeah, it was indeed very stylish. Anyway, Some Idiot takes the win today, and we have Alex Burbo and Hugo's on the podium.
Yeah, you go from P13 to P3, so probably a contender for driver of the day. It's Some Idiot really impressed me, managing to make that one-stop work and drag the mediums that far. So another candidate there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, of course, well, Some Idiot started on P8 and Hugo started in P13. He did that kind of last the first challenge.
Yeah.
So
More or
he
less.
gained 10 positions, so I'm gonna guess that we're gonna give it to Hugo here.
No case.
Because it was quite some difficult conditions. Of course, Immediate has done a very good job as well.
Yeah. And worth mentioning that Simidiot and Alex about 20 seconds clear of the rest of the field.
Yeah, they were just a class. They were just a class of its own today.
Yeah. And apparently Icewind was desynced for Hugo.
Oh, he
Which
was.
is interesting, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, apparently that led to Hugo blocking Icewind in
Oh, wait a minute.
quali.
Why am I... Oh, okay, that's not really what I meant to do. So let's have a look if there are any people out there interested in an interview, perhaps. Looks like some
Would you look
idiots. Yeah, looks like some idiots interested. Yoink.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Hello.
God. I'm out of breath right now.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Mm.
Sorry if you can hear the fan here. Let me turn off. Let me turn it
No
off.
worries.
It's alright.
Okay, I got it. So, that was a hell of a race, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That was all I had, and then some. It took all the tire managing that I could possibly muster, and that took every last bit out of that tire to get the move done at the end. What did it look like from your guys' view?
Well, I was quite surprised that you were even able to compete with Alex at the end, because his closing rate on the wets was so fast.
Yeah, he was like just after he made the pit stop, he was gaining on you by about 2 seconds a lap. So yeah, pretty surprised.
I think I can give you an answer for that. It was getting lighter at the end. I heard over the radio. Basically, I was getting really annoyed because in the 2 laps after Alex and everyone pitted, I was trying to ask the engineer, is the rain going to get lighter? I asked weather report. It kept giving me wets and inders are equal, and it never gave me that until like after someone else in the voice call I was in asked, and they were on like the different tire, and it finally gave them info. It was waiting on me to like pit before it gave me weather info, which was annoying. But as soon as I figured out it was going to get lighter at the end, I was like, okay, I'm not going to win if I pit here. The winning strategy, or the possibly winning strategy, is stay out, save all the tire that I possibly could. I was in tire management mode every single lap except the last one. And as I figured I'm going to have one shot at the end. The wets are going to get slower because it's going to get lighter rain. And finally, like once he passed me, he only pulled about 1.5 out before I started coming back on the inners. And I said to myself, you know what, you got to go for it. You have one shot at winning this. You got to go for it. And that's what I had to do. I think I got the move done clean and just hung on for dear life. Tires were dead. I was at 75% at the end. I was in the puncture range. But God, it was worth a shot, and it played out. Thank goodness.
Yeah, well, it worked out well in the end. So, how was qualifying for you? I imagine you were probably a little bit disappointed being a bit further back than you probably would have.
Yeah, I think I missed the balance for the dry. I just threw some stuff together last second that I knew would probably be. It's gonna be understeery in the dry, and it was on my first lap on the medium. It was actually, if I might say so, qualifying on softs was the better strategy here. No doubt in my mind. I thought it was going to switch over like lap 10 or 11, and then it switches over lap 6. And it's like, well, the softs was better, wasn't it? But, yeah, missed the balance in the dry. Just had to do all I could at the start. And just, as soon as we went on the enters, my first thought was, can I get these to the end? And at the beginning, it didn't look like it. But once I got into really hard saving mode, like, I don't know if you were on board with me at any point during the middle part of the stint, but I was going so slow. I was just trying to hang on to all 4 tires. And yeah, I mean, what can I say? I'm out of breath. That was one to celebrate.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Congrats to Alex, by the way, it's another
he
lap.
did pretty well.
He did a damn good job. Made up an entire pit stop there. That was, yeah. Credit to him. I think Hugo got P3, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he had wing damage on the dries, and he took the same gamble I did. I think. I don't think he pitted for inners, and that played out. I think pitting was not the way to go. That around lap 18, 19, 20, I think. I can't remember now. My head's spinning, so I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else I could answer?
I don't think I have any more questions. No.
I don't think so.
How do you feel about Zandvoort?
One to work on, probably bottom 5 track for me so far. I have to find both quality and race pace. I just need better balance. I think more or less mid-corner speed is what I'm lacking when I look at other people. They have a lot more stability, and I'd say lateral security, if I can give it a keyword. Lateral security. But that's just... Yeah, I mean, we'll come to it. I've got a few races there, so... I'll come up with something on Sunday. I'll try my damnedest.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
All right.
It works out for you.
All right. If there's anything else I can answer, I'm gonna jump out. You guys have a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all right.
All right. You guys have a good one. Thanks for the interview.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Hey, goodbye. Right.
Cool try, guys. Swindon.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello there.
So that was a decent race.
Oh, yeah, yes, it was much better than expected. I think I I gambled in the quali that the weather forecast is a Codemasters weather forecast. So if it's just 20 minutes into the race, it will actually start like raining in a few minutes in the race, and that kind of happened. So I was able to pit from those softs to the inters. I guess I went one lap too long, but yeah, it's still okay. So I was just hanging on to who was I even racing? I've forgotten everything in the last.
You're racing Banza and some idiots.
Oh yes, so yeah, I was kind of able to hang on to those guys, and then pretty early on it was clear to me that I would not be able to get those inters to the end of the race. So kudos to some idiot for actually managing that. I would have had like 95% wear, I think, or something if I tried that. So I just sort of pretty early on decided to make the another pit stop, and I actually managed to undercut like well, at least like maybe I was already ahead of Jensen, but anyway, he came out behind me and it worked all right. Then Pants made a bit of a mistake. I jumped him, and then I was just like racing hard against Nick, and then chasing Hugo, who was apparently ghosted to me or something. I was ghosted to him or whatever. Yeah, it was quite fun. I would actually say that China was better in the wet than it was in the dry. So.
It was a shame you couldn't quite get the podium, but I think given how this game has been for you, I think you'll take the result you got today.
Well, absolutely, and this track is definitely not one of my better ones. So I'm quite happy with that one. Podium might have been well, I don't know. I think if I didn't have a single penalty, maybe maybe I would have had it then. But I picked up those 9 seconds, and they were very deserved 9 seconds as well. I was quite struggling in the final corner to turn the car. So, yeah.
So hopefully a sign of things to come, and maybe a change of fortunes for your pace on this game.
Oh, we'll see. I think Zandvoort is at least going to be a bit of a struggle for me, because I will not have that much time to practice, and it's I mean I played it in AC when it was a DLC in that game like 5 years ago or something, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed you can carry this pace this weekend forward.
Yeah, I'm quite happy that I was pretty equal on pace to Danny and Jensen and those guys. So yeah, very, very happy with that. But I'm also quite like, I really just want to take my hat off to those guys who actually got those inters to the end with one stop. That would not have been possible for me
Yeah, so very nicely done.
Thanks.
Yep.
See you guys.
Yeah, see you.
Alright, see ya. Right, so doesn't look like we have anyone else for an interview right now.
Yeah, so I think that's it.
Yeah.
So back the same time next week for Zandvoort. First time on the calendar since the I believe it was the 60s the last time Formula One in Zandvoort, or maybe there was.
I believe it was 1976. Not quite sure.
Suffice to say, it's been a while either way.
Let me look it up real quick. Last Zandvoort GP, which was in 1985, it says.
Yeah, but in any case, it's been quite a while.
Yeah.
So the track will be new to a lot of us.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I guess we're gonna find out this Tuesday in Tier 3, which is gonna be the first tier that's gonna race on the track. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes then, and well, whether F1 cars can actually overtake on that track. I don't think so, really.
Well, it's certainly going to be tough.
Yeah, but I guess we'll see. At least it's tough in ACC already. But of course in ACC we don't have DRS and energy modes. So that might help out with the overtaking a bit, but we're gonna see this Tuesday then.
Yeah, we'll find out in any case.
Yeah. Also, of course, check in tomorrow night for the last round of the season of ACC.
Oh.
We are in Suzuka. It's gonna be an exciting one. Championship can still be decided.
Eyes.
Aye. So, yeah, we're gonna end it off here then.
Right, good be it.
Good be it.